5 versus 5? What kind of sicko is running this rumble? Hey, is there a doctor on hand? Asking for my opponents. The boss is here. Hold your applause. Seriously, be quiet.
Hey guys, welcome to a new guide video. Today I will show you how to play Sett top. Ability sequence on this champion, you want to max out the Q first because it's your main DPS tool, W second for AoE damage and a shield. That helps out a lot in the laning phase as well as team fights. E is your CC, but it's maxed out last because the other abilities have higher priority. The ultimate is Sett's main engage tool in fights, so make sure to put points into this whenever possible. Alright guys, when playing Sett in the laning phase, you can either start with your E or your Q level 1. I like to start with Q here because you have more damage. So Q is basically, it gives you bonus damage on your auto attacks and also some bonus movement speed when walking towards enemies. This passive will make him alternate between a left and a right punch. The right punch will deal more damage. It also gets bonus range and more attack speed, so it will come out faster. And the second part of this passive is similar to Garen, so he will heal based on missing HP, so he has a lot of sustain for the laning phase. Now we have W here, so that is the haymaker, so you get a small bar charging up here. And your W will do damage based on how much damage you have taken. Now we get level 3 here, so this is a CC ability. So for this to actually stun, you want to make sure that you are hitting a target on both sides of this ability here. So you want to wait using your W until you are have this status bar charged up. So right now it can be a good want to wait for E to come up. There we go. So that's pretty free here. So he's pretty strong in the laning phase, he doesn't use mana. And make sure that when you use your W that you hit people in the center, because that will deal true damage. If you hit people on the outside, on the edge here, you can see on the edge that does not deal true damage, they only take physical damage, but if you hit in the center then that's true damage. So it's really important that you try to hit them like that. Flash is down on this guy, so we're just gonna go ahead and recall. We want the Blade of the Ruined King as the first item here. We're gonna build the Vamp Scepter so we have even more sustain, and there's no flash on this guy or teleport. So that's a pretty free gang if Jax comes. Now when you use your Q guys, make sure that you get 2 auto attacks off first and then you use your Q right afterwards, because you want to make sure that you get the bonus damage on the right punch first and then Q after. So don't use Q after 1 auto attack, but make sure that you get 2 auto attacks off and then you use Q. So he's playing a bit more passive right now, because he does not have a summon up and we are way stronger, we have even more sustain than he does. Throwing him away from the cannon, so that's great. There might actually be a gang coming in here, so I'm not gonna go in yet, we don't have proper vision. I haven't used my ward yet because the wave is in a really good spot for us right now, but once this starts shoving in, then we can place a ward. It is a Mumu too, doesn't have the strongest ganks before level 6, so we should be okay. I'm gonna go ahead and ward right now. I like to place one here because then you can see this side and this side as well. There he is. That's a very interesting nice. It's a very interesting Q by Mumu. I have my ultimate up, but I'm not gonna use it. So when you have your ultimate up, guys, you're going to hit a nearby target and then bring them with you and then knock them down again. And in team fights, you want to make sure that you are most of the time hitting a tank with it, because when you land, then everyone who's nearby will take damage. But they take damage based on the current target's bonus HP, so if you knock up a tank and then knock them down next to an ADC, then they will get nuked pretty much. But you can also use it as burst damage just to get close. So really nice counter gank by Jack, so it's going pretty well for us. Of course we want the Blade of the Rune King as the first item here. Most of our damage comes from auto attacks. So it has really great synergy, and the active is also really useful because Sett doesn't really have any reliable gap closer. It's really easy to kite, so with that active here we can steal the movement speed and then catch up to them. You want to use your E as engage first. Right here I messed it up. You want to make sure that there's someone behind you as well on the E, because if you don't hit people on both sides, then it will not be a stun. But you can pretty much take awful trades on this champion because of the passive. You're going to heal up pretty fast, and then we have sustain as well from this item here, so it should be fine. We have ultimate up. Now I can go ahead, use the ult. And that is pretty much how we do it. So a guaranteed way of hitting your Haymaker, your W, is by stunning them with E. Or you can use your ultimate and then stun them, so they will be slowed as well as stun right afterwards. Remember that you are CC will not cancel you out during your ultimate animation. So you don't have to worry about that. Now we need some tower plates here. We still need a bit more gold for a Blade of the Rune King. Okay, I'm on the bottom side. Okay, Jack's got a return kill, so that's great. We just gotta keep annoying the Garen. There we go, that was a stun because we also hit a minion on the other side, so that way you get the stun off, and that is what's really important for you to make really good trades. I'm just gonna hit him once just so I keep his passive down. Because he probably has to recall soon. We can keep pushing here. Then we can go for a dive. He does have his ultimate up, so we need to keep that in mind. And he also has a silence. Oops, I did not want to take that tower shot. Probably can't do that much right now, but we can cancel out his passive like we're doing here, so he doesn't heal back up to full. I just keep it down at all times. Now we have an ultimate up really soon. Just need to look for engage once it's up and it should be fine. Want to wait for our cooldowns. I'm just gonna zone him from as much CS as possible here. Bot lane, not going that well. Now we can go ahead and ult him. And use that W. So that's also another easy way of hitting your W. Just use it right after your ultimate. Now we have a lot of gold, so definitely want to look for a base. You can take another tower plate here. So now we can just go ahead and push this way up. You can use that W to hit all the minions, but it is not an ability we will max out, so it doesn't deal that much damage unless you have a lot of charges on it. In the fights, normally W is something you want to use at the end. Once you're fully charged, like Super Saiyan mode, that's when you want to use it, because that's where the damage gets insane. I'm gonna go ahead and get this one here. We can get a refillable. So now we have the Blade of the Ruined King. That is the first core item. You always want to get this. Because of the buffs, a while ago made this item really OP, so anyone who can take advantage of it should get it, and that includes Sett as well. That we definitely need some MR in this game. So normally on this champion you want to get like 2 offensive items, so it can either be a Blade of the Ruined King into Triforce or a Blade of the Ruined King into a Cleaver. You want to get Cleaver if they have a tanky comp, because the armor shred helps a lot with dealing with those champs. But if they have a squishy comp, then you can go for Triforce, because it has more upfront damage and it's also better for split pushing in general, because the Sheen passive helps you taking down towers. Just leave his lane. That's the Herald. So I want to push this here. Don't think he wants to lane top anymore, but we're gonna push this as fast as we can. Use 2 auto attacks, then your Q. We're gonna take down the tower, so that's great. He doesn't have the best wave clear. That's nice. We can look for a counter gang here. Go this way. Nice. So this is also something you want to do, is that you can knock people into your team. Sometimes it can be hard to pull off, but wow, that's a really nice skin. Oh, she survived. That's kind of surprising. Okay. At least we got someone, so that's not too bad. Oh, he's done, nice. Now we have the super W up. Oh, I actually ended that one. If I hit that one, he would have taken a lot of damage, because when we are in that yellow form, that's where we are dealing maximum amount of damage with this ability. But it is a champion that has to be in the middle of the fight, so it's important that you get around 2 offensive items and then you start itemizing tank items. Now this right here is not a tanky comp. They have a Mumu, but we don't care about that. I'm gonna go for the Triforce, but I also want Mercs because they have a decent amount of CC. Guys going ham. I'm gonna teleport here. Go. Definitely want to take that guy down. There's a whole gang coming up here, but it does not matter. We have our ultimate up soon as well. We have the Merc Tread, so we won't be CC for that long. I'm gonna tank the tower here for a bit. Need to go top as well. Did Danny go? Can you shoot W or Q to get within range? Here, Annie. There we go. I need to go top now cause okay, the Herald is down. Now we have the Triforce, so this is a massive power spike on this champion. Now we are super strong, we can destroy anyone in a 1 vs 1. So when you play against Sett, it's normally a champion you have to kite. But this champion is really strong against melee matchups, but he does really bad against ranged ones because he doesn't really have a reliable gap closer like a Wayne for example, or a Nico top. So you want to avoid picking him into those champions. He can still do well in the team fights though. Did not take the Drake yet, so I have to move down. Garen's also moving. And now, when we're in the team fights, we want to try to ult people into the rest of their team, so we can get that AoE damage off. Nice Jackson coming in here. I ulted this guy because I did not want him to ult Jax. Come here. You can jump to me. Now we need to go mid. Take down the tower here. Hopefully Victor doesn't get caught. I think he does. Rip. Need to play around the objectives here. You want to be in the side lane normally, but if people get caught all the time, then you can't really do much. Yeah, I see Annie coming in here. We can take down this tower really fast though, so if she walks around here, then I'm gonna kill her. Nice, right. Mercs helps a lot here, that's really important. Oh, that's way too many people. Oh, I could have helped him. Okay, that's my bad. I could have went in there, but I did not have my ultimate up, and I have a huge bounty on me. 700 goals, I didn't want to give that away for free. Yeah. We can push top side. We have a huge wave here with us. Wow, that tower, bro. Right. I can kill this guy here, but I don't know how many are with him. So I'm not going for the dive. If the blue buff's up here, it is. Nice. Now we have a lot of mobility as well with the Triforce, so easier to catch people. Oh wow, I hit. Damn. Well, that's what happens against ranged champs. Sett is not very good into those. I kind of misplayed here as well, but he exhausted us. We could have the W in the other direction, but I did not expect to go that way. Anyway, now we need this item here. Always get the Aegis first. Now you have some MR for Amumu, Brand and Annie, and you also have some armor for the two other guys, so you get resistances against the entire team. Okay, going pretty well here. Now I want to go split push, so I want to be on the opposite side of where the main objective is. Right now the Herald is the main objective, so I want to go bot side and take down this tower here. We just keep pushing. We have teleport up soon as well. Right, Herald down is good. Team is playing for the objectives. That is what they should be doing here. I don't want to miss that CS. So Sheen is gonna help a lot when we push down the tower here. You can see he can take down objectives really fast when you have the Triforce. Yeah, my Momo coming in. Get him in here. Gonna put him into Wayne. Dead, red buff. What? Oh wow. Wow, okay, they kited us pretty well. But that was too deep though, so we should probably have been a bit more careful. The dragon spawning soon. He doesn't have his ultimate up, so that should be fine actually. Nice. Should be able to win that easily. Ciao, Jin. We're gonna go ahead and sell this one, we don't need it anymore, so now we have the distance, so that's gonna make us a lot tankier. Also gives us a lot of sustain. Now when you teleport on this guy in fights, try to teleport behind the enemy team so you can knock them into your team with the ultimate. Got something at least. Wow, I'm actually dying a bit too much right here. Wayne is really difficult to deal with, very difficult. I need to stay with my team and play around them as well, so we have a fed mid laner. ADC is also somewhat fed, but the ADCs as well. She has these two items, so we cannot 1 versus 1 here, unless we get to surprise first. I'm gonna start building some more tanky items. So we have all the damage we need here, so now we're just gonna go straight to tank, because we'll be in the middle of the fight, so we need some defensive stats, otherwise we're just gonna get one shot at this point. Main objective is the Baron right now, so I'm gonna go bot side. If she's still pushing, then we can flank. Has his ultimate up? We should definitely use it. Oh, I need to watch out. And I'll attack this one for more movement speed. W. Nice, great. Now that should be free. I did not want to use the ultimate yet, now I can use it. Go. From here, I don't want to use flash. Bro, really? Alright. That is really powerful if he gets the proper setup. You want to look to ult people into their teammates, so they also take damage and get slowed from that ultimate. That way you can set them up with an easy face breaker and then follow up with a W. Yeah, we probably need to back off here, he's gonna all in us. But that W, because Shin hit that W, I was able to follow up on Wayne. I'll be going for that. We can sustain pretty easily because we have double sustain items and the passive as well, so we're almost full HP now, that's great. Oh nice. And all this guy here, keep him away. Get any? You should be able to, right? Wait. Oh, I thought this inhibitor was down. I have a lot of gold as well, so I also want to base if possible. Victor is low on mana. I have a lot of goals. I also want to get out of here. If we get caught here, they're just gonna take Baron, so just play that safe and then back off. Now, an arm item that's really good on Sett is the Deadman's Plate here, because you get bonus movement speed. So it helps you chase people, because you get even more movement speed here with this passive. You also get some armor, so it helps against Swain and Garen as well. And I'm gonna build towards MR. So I don't get blown up if they combo me, so I can pretty much tank all the damage and then still survive. Except Wayne, of course, he's just gonna one-shot me either way. Let's see Wayne here, so I don't want to be nearby. That's very greedy, okay? You really wanted that 700 gold bounty. Alright, now I can push topside. Oh, this looks good. Go in here, we can go. Go on Garen. Yeah, I can tank a lot of damage. I'm gonna zone these guys here from the fright. My teammates can deal with a Mumu. Okay, we can go. I'm not. Nice. You can use that W to counter some of the damage you're taking from the tower because you get a shield. So this game should pretty much be done so. Still have my ultimate up, so we can look for a dive. Yeah. We don't have Jax with us, so probably cannot end. Just need to back up. Oh, I'm gonna cover for this guy. The Blade of the Ruined King really helps a lot for chasing people, because that is something normally we would struggle with. Quadro kill to finish off the game. And now we can go for the end. That was the Sett guide, so I do hope this was helpful, and as always, see you guys in the next one.